you are. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get right to Doppler. And as we do, you'll see radar showing you plenty of rain out there. In fact, take a look at these bigger cells that are just sitting to our north at the moment. This eventually is going to move into our forecast. At this point, Malibu bracing for a hit, looking at some heavier rain sitting right offshore. Other than that, pretty much everybody just bracing for all of this to enter the picture. Again, we are expecting some heavier cells, maybe even looking at a few isolated thunderstorms, potentially some water spouts over the water. The brunt of the rain landing on the coast, but pretty much everybody in for that chance as we head into the overnight hours here. Take a look, Santa Clarita right there already getting a few drops. We're pretty dry at this point over the basin, but we are bracing for more rain. We saw some rain earlier. In fact, rain totals already a few hundredths of an inch here and there. We're expecting about half an inch to about an inch of rain along the coast. So the coast really getting hit the hardest with this rainstorm. As we pull back again, want to show you a couple of things going on. First of all, we do have a high surf advisory, a northwesterly swell coming in, and with that, expecting waves between 5 and 7 feet as we head into tomorrow night along the Orange County coastline. Take a look at what's happening over the south coast right there, just south of Point Conception. Santa Barbara, you're dealing with very heavy rain at the moment. And again, this is eventually going to move down to our forecast as we head into the overnight hours. Things are going to intensify as we head into the early morning hours. Things are going to continue to intensify. So we're going to run you through Futurecast, show you exactly what you can expect and when we can expect it coming up in just a little bit. Sharon, back to you.
All right.
And we're tracking the storm here in the Southland. We're going to have all of the details coming up right after the break. Don't go away.
Wow.
Okay.
We are bracing for some rain.
Are we though? Really? I'm still waiting.
No, in fact, it's raining in parts
Where?
of Southern California.
Is it?
Yes.
Evelyn?
Yes, it is.
Back me up
It
here.
is. Okay, I'm fully going to back you up
Thank you.
because there is some rain. It's starting to come in. So
Okay.
So there.
Prove it.
all right, I will. I'm going to show you radar and I'll prove it to you. We're still bracing for the brunt of it, but there's a little bit out there and we're expecting more as we head into the overnight hours. So we're going to show you exactly what we can expect. We're going to run through Futurecast with you and we're going to take you outside right now to Saddle Peak, Malibu. We're overlooking the Santa Monica Bay, and that's going to be a spot where we're going to see a pretty decent amount of rain. So most of the rain falling along the coast, but we're going to see rain pretty much everywhere. Take a look at this. We're tracking the rain for you. There's a cell, a pretty significant cell that's actually sitting right offshore. And with that, well, we could see it move inland. At this point, we're tracking it. It's slated to move to the northeast at about 20 miles an hour and should be hitting Malibu in about half an hour. We're already getting a little bit of rain along the coast there. But again, that big cell, all that yellow and orange on your screen, could potentially provide us with pretty heavy rain in a matter of half hour or even an hour. So take a look at radar as we pull back a little bit. Just want to give you a look at the big picture. All of this that's sitting to our north, that's eventually supposed to make its way into our forecast here in Southern California. And you'll see over the Sierra, we're actually dealing with a little bit of snow, a little bit of rain-snow mix. And we did see a little bit of rain-snow mix over Big Bear earlier today. So that could potentially happen as well. But you'll see the brunt of the cells coming in from the coast and making landfall right there along the coast. So we're going to continue to track that for you as we head through the night. On top of that, we do have a northwesterly swell, and with that, a high surf advisory currently in effect, staying in effect through 10 o'clock tomorrow night, 5 to 7 foot waves, so rough seas out there. So here's the drill. We are on storm watch tonight. It is becoming heavy. We're expecting thunderstorms as we head into the overnight hours. Saturday, we're expecting heavy rain. It should be tapering off by Saturday. We're talking overnight morning hours. Looks like that high surf advisory doesn't want to go away, but I will tell you rain totals, 1/4 of an inch to an inch possible. And finally moving to the last point right here. And as we do, you're going to see snow levels above 7,000 feet. So we are expecting it to be somewhat of a warm system. And again, rain-wise, not a whole lot of rain, about an inch as we mentioned possible. Maybe a few spots getting a little, well, more than that. Temperature-wise, we're staying in the 70s, stayed in the 70s today, so it's not a very cold system, but at this point it's pretty wet. Take a look. A chance of rain, mostly cloudy as we head to Sunday. We're clearing out by the time we head to Monday, Tuesday, and keeping temperatures pretty mild and sunny as we head into Wednesday. But remember, that chance of rain materializing into the overnight hours, lasting through the morning hours as well. So we're going to break it all down for you hour by hour on Futurecast coming up in just a little bit, so don't go away. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
All righty.
All right, well, take a look. If I can divulge that information, looks like Maybe you're seeing a little bit of rain at your house already. Starting to move in, though, pretty much everybody expecting that chance. A huge cell just sitting right offshore, starting to make its way into Malibu. We were tracking it earlier, and here it is, already making its way toward the coast right there. Also expecting it to continue to move inland, and with that, looks like Thousand Oaks could get hit with some heavier rain by 9:21 in less than an hour. So everything moving to the north or the northeast at the moment. You'll see just a little bit of rain starting to move into the basin. Again, the brunt of it still sitting to our north. Want to zoom out a little bit and show you what we're expecting, or zoom in rather, and see what we're already looking at right there along PCH. Again, all of the yellow and orange on your screen indicating heavier rain. So that's what we're seeing. Again, a treacherous drive at the moment along the coast. So you got to watch out if you plan on being out on the roadways along the 101 right there. Well, we're expecting to get hit with this particular cell right here, starting to make its way toward, again, spots like Thousand Oaks getting hit in just less than an hour. So pretty much everybody expecting heavy rain into the overnight morning hours, and then things are going to start to dry out just a bit. We'll show you exactly when. Remember, we're going to time out that system for you, but really quick, just want to zoom out and show you the big picture. This is what we're expecting in our forecast area in a matter of just a few hours. So we're going to continue tracking the storm. We'll tell you exactly when it's going to hit, how much we're going to see, and when it's going to be over. Coming up in just a little bit. Sharon, back to you. And that rain working its way into our forecast as we speak. We're going to have the latest on the storm coming up in just a few minutes.
Friday. It's a dance. Come on.
Woohoo. All right, let's get to the weather, though. It is Friday, and we're expecting rain. It's starting to work its way into the forecast. By this shot, you can't really tell, though. Looking at a little bit of clear sky, but take a look at these ominous conditions right there. We're actually looking at a little bit of rain making its way toward the coastline. That's where we're going to see the most rain with this storm system. Take a look at these huge cells just sitting right offshore. That's eventually making its way into our forecast. In fact, tracking a few cells right now along the coastline closer to Malibu. We're already looking at a little bit of heavier rain making its way toward PCH, eventually making its way inland as well. Again, the brunt of the storm really situated over the coast. The cell we saw over Malibu earlier already making its way toward Westlake Village right there, toward Agora, toward Thousand Oaks as well. Looks like you're going to get hit with some heavier rain as well. Doesn't look like we're seeing thunderstorms at this point associated with the cells that are making their way inland, but we're not ruling out the chance into the overnight hours. On top of that, a northwesterly swell coming in. So we have a high surf advisory that's currently in effect along the Orange County coastline, staying in effect through tomorrow night. So here's the drill. We are on storm watch tonight. That rain's going to become heavy. It's going to start to move in. It's going to get heavier. It's going to intensify into the overnight and morning hours. By the morning, again, we're expecting heavier rain. In the early morning hours, by the afternoon, it's starting to taper off quite a bit. And as we head into tomorrow evening, looks a lot drier by Sunday. Rain totals between 1/4 of an inch to an inch, possibly more. Again, most of the brunt of the rain sitting along the coastline right there. And snow levels pretty high, over 7,000 feet. So we are getting a little bit of snow, but again, we're just talking inches in the very high elevations. Again, 7,500 feet, 8,000 feet and above. Take a look right here on Futurecast, 4:30 in the morning. That's when we really start to see some of the heavier cells making their way into Southern California. Boom. Take a look. 8:30 tomorrow morning. We're looking at a very, very heavy cell. Severe rain right there along the Orange County coastline, making its way inland, possibly in the late morning hours, and by the afternoon, making its way out toward the desert. Completely different picture, though, by 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Much drier for you and much clearer by the time we head into the week. In fact, a little warmer by next week. But again, that rain continuing through the morning hours, a little drier by the afternoon, really intensifying into the overnight and early morning hours, especially for Orange County. Back to you.